Just seems like I don't have any questions. I know the path lit up for me. I know everything about the path. I know everything about me. And because of this morning's meditation, I know a lot more now. Earlier in this life and in past lives, I've been with that person. Just talking this out in my head now. I've been with that person because I was thinking I was helping the people in my life or in his life. During the Abraham Lincoln days, I was with that. I was allowing that man to do that to me because I thought if I did, he would treat all the others the same. So I accepted the abuse. I'm sorry, not treat them the same, but treat them better than me. If he was taking it out on me, that he wouldn't take it out on them. Oh, well, that's even better. So in this life, when I was with that man, same man as the past life, I feel I stayed because I was trying to make him better, not just for him, but so that he would notice me and notice what we were to each other, and also would treat his family better because I was taking the brunt of his anger, his guilt, his denial, and that he wouldn't do it to his family. So I took that on. The question this morning during my meditation was, why do I still think about this man who was in my life in this life and also in my past life with Abraham Lincoln? And I went into meditation and I started to go to my basic show me a past life where I need to know why this is still happening in this life. So I put myself in my head, I put myself into the movie theater, but then I like snapped out of it while I'm sitting here with my eyes closed. And I said, screw that, spirit. Just tell me why I still think about this man when I have no communication, don't want to be with him. It's been years. But there's a moment sometimes where I just think, what if? When I know I can take care of myself, I deserve better, I deserve more than what I think he's going to give me. So Spirit immediately started talking in my head and telling me, because you can't make it better anymore. You think you can make it better, and you can't make your life better by wanting something else. You can't make your life better by wanting something else. You can take care of yourself. You don't have to protect those around you or him anymore. You don't have to protect yourself anymore from that sort of situation. That's why you're not in that sort of situation anymore. So I snapped out of it, hearing those words, but it still took me, I went for a walk, it still took me about an hour. And then sitting down here and recording this, I'm still integrating that message of I only think about something I want because I think it's going to make my life better when I don't need that to make my life better. My life is as it is. My life is as it is. I don't need something else to make it better. If I continue to think I need something to make my life better, I am telling my soul that I'm not happy or content with this moment. And then my soul's like, ugh, we've agreed that this would be as it is, but now you're looking toward something else, thinking, oh, that's going to be better. If I get that, that's going to be better. Relating this to whoever is listening today, maybe you're thinking, oh, I just need that new car. I need that other job. This friend is doing this. This family member is doing this. And if they weren't, my life would be better. If they would just stop what they were doing, my life would be better. If I could find a new apartment, if the weather was better today, I would have done this. If I could stop my mind chatter, I would meditate. When in reality, everything is as it is. So we're back to that, being content with the present moment, being content with what is, and not looking outside yourself. Now, granted, my thoughts of this other man, it's not an everyday thing, but sometimes it can be an everyday thing. And it's a quick moment where I think that, and then I'm like, wait a minute, I know that's not what I want. So the challenge is to accept, or the challenge is to catch yourself at the beginning or just as that thought starts. So when I start picturing that guy and thinking, oh, it could be so good now because I've changed so much. I don't know anything about him though in this moment. When I catch myself now going forward doing that, I'm going to say, I don't need that to make my life better. I don't need that to comfort me. I don't need that to accept my present moment. I have in this moment everything I need to take it to what you guys might be thinking. Some of you may think, I want a new job, not happy with this job. It's an okay job. I'm just not happy. Well, why aren't you happy? If you're thinking that getting another job is going to make you happy or make you content, because happy to me, I guess I use more of the term joy. Even in my misery, I can feel joy and thankful for the misery. Old paradigm thought is still to be grateful for all the good things, right? Wake up in the morning and say all the things that you have that are good. When new paradigm thought is to accept everything, even the hard things. For me, I don't have a car anymore, so I walk a lot of places. But instead of being dependent on someone else asking, oh, can I borrow your car? I figure it out for myself. I just figure it out. I'll walk there, I'll Uber, I'll rent a car for a couple of days. That I can accept instead of thinking that, oh, if that person would just let me borrow their car for a week, I could get all my errands accomplished. I don't need another person to get all my errands accomplished. I have what I need in this moment. Back to, if you're thinking another job is going to make you more content with your life, catch yourself before or as you begin to think. Maybe if you're looking, when you're online, you're looking for another job, catch yourself in that moment saying, wait a minute, what am I still not learning about this present job? What am I still not learning about what this present job is bringing up in me? What are the challenges I'm facing because of this present job? Is it the job or is it me? Have I spoken up enough in the job? If I'm not happy with someone or I'm not getting along with someone, am I bringing it to their attention or am I staying silent about it? Ruminating, because all that does is give you an excuse to judge someone else. If you're not going to take an active step to, I'll say, confront someone or ask to speak to someone, then that just keeps you in a place of, I'm judging that other person because they're doing that. But you're not giving that other person a chance or yourself a chance to open up, to speak your mind, to do some conscious listening and some conscious speaking. That is the growth of the moment. So you're either going to do it with yourself, conscious listening to yourself and what's going on inside, or you're going to do it with another person, conscious listening, a conscious conversation. Short but sweet, what is a conscious conversation? It's when you're not using your stuff to talk, when you're speaking from what is truly hurting you, what is truly making you uncomfortable, the truth, and not what's way down deep inside that's bubbling up, and whether it's anger or fear, jealousy, guilt, blame, shame, but you're doing the conscious work. I spoke to a client in a session a few weeks ago, and I shared this tidbit, and I think it warrants another sharing. Spirit was telling my client that hole that you have inside, that you think if you open it up, it's just going to bring up a ton of stuff you're not ready to look at or want to look at. That hole is actually a pellet size, like a BB pellet. So Spirit was showing me this little BB pellet plugging up this hole like it was a volcano. You're thinking it's a volcano and it's going to erupt when Spirit is telling you, here's the deal. If you take that pellet out, the stuff that's bubbling up is not your worry. What you need and what your soul needs is to show you that the love that you are is going to enter that space. The love that you are will enter that space as the old stuff starts to come up, and the two will combine, have a conscious conversation, and then be able to move on. Love will enter that space inside of you, that hole inside of you that you've been filling with other things. Can you look at it now as just a very small hole, and taking that pellet out, that BB pellet out, that small covering out, and allowing love to expand that space? That's my musings with Spirit this morning, how it all went down. And here I am now doing some Spirit voice recording and realize what I really need for this next podcast episode is to share what just happened to me and the way that I connect with Spirit every day. You can do it also. Ask, be specific, tell Spirit, the universe, your soul, that you're ready to see, you're ready to hear, and then keep your eyes open